In this episode of Mysterialis Ghost Investigation, MGI crew member Freethinker Silver investigates the historical 1922 Sunnyside Bathing Pavilion in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I thank you for watching.
Sunnyside Bathing Pavilion is a landmark public pavilion in the Sunnyside lakefront area of Toronto, Ontario. Built in 1922, its original function was to provide changing facilities for swimming in Lake Ontario. However, the lake was often too cold, so an adjoining public swimming pool was built in 1925. I was intrigued by this art in the central arch and the use of the two fish to simulate two eyes or a face. Now this motif in the wrought iron fence reminded me of a horned figure wearing a cape, but maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much there. This structure is basically all that remains from Sunnyside Amusement Area, which functioned from 1922 until 1955. Located to the east of the bathing pavilion, the park was created by extending the shoreline with fill dredged from the bottom of Lake Ontario. Most visitors arrived by streetcar, drawn to the midway rides, the games of chance, and the large outdoor swimming pool.
I actually wonder, if this place would be a good place to do, a paranormal investigation. What do you think? I think, honestly, this is the sort of place you'd expect to find something, whatever paranormal activity. That would be my hunch. So the thing is, it's locked off, and then they use it for functions. They rent it out for functions every now and then it's going to be filled with people. So it's not really, realistically a place you could ever do a good investigation. But on a day like this, you might be able to check stuff outside the building. Greetings, friends. So it's about 11:37 p.m. on Tuesday, April 23rd, 2019. I'm standing outside Sunnyside Bathing Pavilion. The structure is more or less unused. They do rent it out for functions. There is a cafe. There are the functional pool just on one side of it, but the main area here is still sort of empty. And I got a really creepy vibe from it in the daytime, so I've come back at night. I've done a scope around the perimeter on my bike. So my bike is locked over here. And I'm just gonna kind of explore for the next few minutes or however long this takes. So here we go. See? I almost don't want to turn the light on too much because it's kind of really distracting to me. And I wish I could really... There's nothing really for the light to catch, but there's a big, you can see it's a big space. It's kind of blurry. Hello? 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 All right, let's keep going here. Let me just see if I can pick anything up here. Turn the light out. Hello. I come in peace. I come in peace. All right, I'm gonna keep going here.
I was kind of blown away and taken aback when Freethinker Silver said, "I come in peace," to the spirit, or potential spirits, during his ghost investigation. independent of his investigation, on February 19th of this year, I haven't revealed the footage to anyone. I said, and I was prompted to say for the first time ever, I come in peace. Exactly like Freethinker Silver said during this investigation. I said, I come in peace, I'm going to leave in peace, and it brought a more peaceful atmosphere to the investigation. And I believe a spirit will react positively to that. And perhaps because you're being kind to the spirit, they will be kind back and show you a glimpse and reveal themselves. It's very rare, but it does happen. Most of the time they are hiding in their dimension, which is why most people do not believe spirits exist. But spirits most definitely do exist. I've captured evidence. Here's one tiny example of evidence I captured after saying I come in peace. Spirit, I'm not here to bother you. I'm here to come in peace and leave in peace, to be honest. I'm not here for any extreme reason. I'm just here to see if you want to make your presence known a little bit. Then I'll be on my way. Just passing through. So this is the reservoir for the grist mill. My voice echoing off the reservoir. Spirit, I come in peace and I will leave in peace, I promise you. And I'm a good many steps back. I would say I'm, a good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus feet back. Spirit, thank you for setting off the device. I'm a good 10, 12 steps back. I greatly appreciate you setting off the device. My investigation is coming soon. Well, let's get back to Freethinker Silver's investigation.
Man, my hands are a little freezing. I should have brought adequate gloves. See, check this building out. Kind of a broken window there, you see? Near the center, it's the window pane's broken. So this is the beach here. You can't really see the water, it's too dark, but so I don't know too much about the history of this place, other than the panel that I read. But I can tell you, we're facing the cafe right now, so it's kind of like I guess a restaurant or a bar. It functions during the summer months of the year. So they have the patio. The patio is open to the public. Boy, oh boy, what am I doing? Hello. 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 Good evening. Good evening.
Following the Second World War, attendance at Sunnyside amusement area declined. Plans for roadway development along the lakeshore contributed to its uncertain future. In November 1955, Sunnyside suffered 3 fires. Most of its buildings were demolished in the following months.
Hello. Good evening. Do you see that? Did I just hallucinate? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Hello. Hello. Good evening. I come in peace. I come in peace. Do you have a message? 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 Maybe? Okay. Well, this is all closed off here. This is where all the tables would be. I don't know if there's really much to see in there, but it's, you know, kind of cool architecture. I don't know what architectural style this is, but it seems kind of almost like Mediterranean or almost sort of classical style. I'm not really sure. You know, with those columns there. It's not Georgian. It's not Palladian, so I don't know. No, there's no way. Can't really get out here. Right. Yeah, my hands are pretty cold, but what can you do? This is Canada. But I'm gonna give it another chance on the other side. I'm gonna walk around to the other side. And the thing is, this is still a big city, and the waterfront area is just deserted right now. So if you do see someone, it's kind of sketchy, like maybe it could be, who knows, you know, zigzaggers. Zigzaggers is a term I've invented. I'm not gonna explain what it is here, but they're men who zigzag, and they kind of approach you at a zigzag angle, and they're not looking for drugs, they're looking for something else. I'm gonna leave that to your imagination what it is they're looking for. But I haven't seen any men like that tonight, but this is the sort of place that they might see them. Greetings, friends. So it's the next night, April 24th, close to 11 p.m. It's a bit earlier right now. And I've come back because it's a darker night. There's less wind. Maybe I'll get more success recording with less wind. So I'm starting at the same place I was yesterday, just by the gate, the main gate. I can see there's some lights on there that weren't on yesterday. Hello. Hello.
Of course, there's a number of regular security lights here. I do find the central light odd because it seems to be flowing. It's not stable. Perhaps some trick of the light can do this, but it seems to be at an angle as if it's flowing out of the ground, almost as if it's in the position of a tree which may have grown there in the past.
Okay, gonna continue now. Okay, I was here yesterday, so I'm trying to film it again. There is less wind. Although there are these lights on here on the side. You can see there's some light there. More light. I don't think there's anyone here though. Or is there? Hello! Hello. 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 Good evening. Do you have a message? Weird.
Even without extreme wind, there's interference from the city, traffic, the train, the waves from the lake. However, I must say, when my microphone is facing into the courtyard, I find there's a constant barrage of strange sounds, almost like chanting. Sometimes it sounds like frogs ribbiting. This is a part of the city where there are no frogs. In any case, this is late April. It would be very unusual to find frogs at this time of the year. These sounds are so faint and mixed in with the other sounds of the city. I may just be too susceptible and using my imagination, but notice there is a difference when my microphone is not pointing into the courtyard. Now that just may be because the building is acting as a shield from the city when I'm towards the lake. That could be. But it seems there's some activity feeding into the microphone from inside this building. It's just too faint to isolate. I'm trying to go over any possible explanation for the strange light in the courtyard. So we have here a view of the location of Sunnyside Pavilion on the waterfront where the red circle is. It's basically cut off from most sources of light. In this image, I've traced the potential angles that a light could take to reach that section of the courtyard. As you can see from out in the lake, it's very difficult. I mean, the lakefront curves. There are some condo towers to the left. You can see where I've circled them. With great difficulty, it is possible that perhaps some light could travel from the condo and go through the gate, the gate where I was looking through earlier, and then somehow reach the courtyard, but it's a very difficult angle. Here we have a close-up of Sunnyside Pavilion, and you can see that previous angle from further out in the lake or further along the lake shore is very difficult to reach the spot where the light appears. I have circled the approximate area in the courtyard where the light appears in this image. And here we have rotated the image so the north is to the left and the south is to the right. So you can see the gate where there's the car in front of it. It's very difficult, but there is potentially some way that a light could travel through there. But I don't think that would explain how the light is changing in intensity and seems to be flowing. I believe the source of the light is from inside the courtyard.
Hello. Hello.
Now this strange white light that appears out of the darkness and then quickly disappears, you may say, well, it could be an insect. Yes, it could be an insect, and indeed there are some insects out at this time of the year, but here I have included some footage of the insects which I have captured on film, and you can see that the behavior of the insects is very different from this other light which appears more in the distance. This other light is much more thick. The movement is different. It does not appear like the other insects. I do not think this strange light was an insect.
Hello? Good evening? Good evening! Ah, my light's dead again. Light barely lasted a few minutes.
Turn on my headlamp. Anybody here? Okay. Okay. Anyways, Toronto's got some places like this. Thankfully, it's got some old places. I checked out Colborne Lodge, which is just north of us, a few hundred meters, just on the other side of the Lakeshore Boulevard. And that's a place where a homeless guy likes to sleep outside there, so that kind of dissuades me from going back there. But didn't encounter any homeless people tonight, so that's cool. Can always maybe do another investigation here again in the future. I don't know. I know I don't use the sophisticated spirit detecting equipment like John Razimus has. I haven't quite gotten into that. I'm just relying on my intuition and my microphone and my camera for the time being. I'm a little edgy about attracting something to me, which I don't want to get into that sort of relationship where a spirit might follow me around. I'm not saying that would happen if you have, it's something John Razimus talks about, you don't want to provoke a spirit to follow you around. So that's one of the reasons I'm a little more cautious. It's a thrill-seeking thing too. It's a bit of a, you get an adrenaline rush from it. But I'm genuinely interested in spirits. I know they're real. I know I've recorded them before when I went under that bridge under the highway. I did record a voice there because you always just get a strange feeling about a place. And I'm telling you, man, I get quite a feeling from this place. Hope you enjoyed my investigation. Maybe I didn't find anything, but I think it was a little eerie. You don't have to be in my shoes. You can just be experiencing it vicariously through me and, of course, through John Razimus, who goes to a lot more creepy places than I do. So all the respect to John Razimus. I really appreciate his work and everything he's doing. Hasta luego, amigos.